Hi, Ed Chicoine here, coming to you as the Healthy Grandpa, along with my Longevity Prep Wellness Program. My objective today is to show you how to improve your abdominal strength so that you can have more support for your lower back and also better core strength and better posture. What I've seen after 41 years of chiropractic care is that many times people just don't do the exercises properly when they want to improve their abdominal strength, and they end up injuring their lower back more than helping it. And also, people who do have low back pain, with their recovery, they think they're doing the right thing by doing sit ups and leg raises, but they're actually hindering the healing process as well. The World Health Organization has shown that low back pain is the most common ailment worldwide. It's estimated 80% of the people at some point in their lives will experience low back pain. So it's crucial to understand how to improve your abdominal strength and do it properly. So that's what we're going to do today. Before I do that, I want to talk about what do I mean by longevity prep. Obviously, it's preparing for a healthy longevity, and also it's about maintaining a healthier longevity. Science has shown that biological decline occurs from age 30 and beyond, and the rate of that decline is dependent on your lifestyle choices, especially exercise, nutrition, mindset, all of that will actually affect the rate at which you decline. And what actually does happen from 30 years onwards, you get a decline in muscle mass, muscle strength. You get a decline in hormone production, for example, growth hormone, testosterone. You get a decline as well in your immune function, how quickly you can recover from illness. You get a decline as well in energy production. You get a decreased efficiency in your cardiovascular system, a decreased efficiency as well in your repair mechanism, what's called your mesenchymal stem cells or adult stem cells. All of that potentially declines. And very importantly, cognitive function. That's a huge one. There's a lot of fear of people developing Alzheimer's and dementia. There are many things you can do to help mitigate and prevent that with your proper lifestyle choices. So that's what the longevity prep is all about, helping people understand the process and also taking action. Because unless you have a plan of action from 30 years old and beyond, you're setting yourself up for potential failure. And even people in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, science has shown that the same plan of action that I'm talking about for a 30-year-old applies as well. Longevity prep is about improving function from 30 years old beyond so that you can slow down that aging process, mitigate, or even potentially reverse it. Now, when we talk about exercise, it's not just doing sit-ups, it's also your cardio, strength training in general, all your muscle group. It's about flexibility, it's about power, it's about coordination, also balance. These are all key components, again, for a healthier longevity because as we get older, people need to have good balance, flexibility, power, strength to do their activities of daily living, even just walking up and down the stairs, getting up from a chair and doing all the things that we love doing. Strength is a great indicator of longevity. Science has shown that just measuring grip strength, they can predict how long you'll live. That's how important your muscles are. And the fact that we have over 600 what are called skeletal muscles, the muscles that are attached to your skeleton that allow us to move. And there's also 250 freely movable joints. So what does that tell you about our biology? We're meant to move. And unless you use it, you'll lose it. Your muscles as well is a very important organ system. A lot of metabolic activity occurs in your muscle. And again, the more muscle mass you have, the better your metabolism, the better your ability to lose weight, the better your ability to produce energy, the better your ability to regulate blood sugar level, to prevent diabetes, pre-diabetes, to improve insulin sensitivity, to improve just general life, your mood, concentration, focus, prevent dementia. All of that occurs when you have more muscle mass. And when we talked about the biological decline, to reduce that decline, to slow down that whole aging process, the more muscle you have, that's your secret recipe for a healthier longevity. For me, exercise helps with my mood, my concentration, my focus, helps me just enjoy life with everything that I do. It's amazing how being in my 70s, how much I still enjoy doing all the activities with no restrictions. And everybody can achieve that with the proper lifestyle choices, the proper plan of action. What I want to do now is show you how to improve your abdominal strength. And if you want, create that six-pack look. A little bit about how this happened for me. I never had the objective of creating this. I was only applying certain principles for longevity, and this occurred. I used to be a runner, and when I was 57 years old, I ran across Canada and the US with my kids. We did a relay fashion run over 15,000 kilometers, 10,000 miles. And this is a photo of us at Dana Point, south of Los Angeles. We had just finished running after 7 months, starting in Vancouver to Newfoundland, down to New York, to Dallas, to LA. It was quite the excursion. And there I learned that it was not the best strategy for longevity. After that run, I really started researching what can we do to maintain that healthy longevity. And I discovered that resistance training was a very important component. Prior to that, I mostly did running. And you can see from that photo that I don't have much muscle tone. So as a result of that, I created this six-pack look in my mid-60s, which indicates that you can improve strength and muscle mass even in your 60s when you apply certain actions. I'm going to show you what I do. But before I do that, I want to show you what not to do. I've seen so many people on the internet and also people at the gym doing exercises, and I look at that and I cringe when I watch them doing the sit-ups and the leg raises. When they're young, they can tolerate it, but they're setting themselves up for failure. The classic sit-up, knees bent, you put something on top of your feet to hold you there and you bring yourself up. This creating tension in my lower back because of this one particular muscle called your psoas. There's a muscle that's attached to our lumbar vertebrae. And when you do this activity, it actually pulls on your lumbar spine, creates compressive and shear forces that leads to premature degeneration, wear and tear, inflammation, all of the things that create lower back pain. So when you do this exercise, you're actually creating too much stress there. I don't even do crunches. I just don't do it. It's not worth it. And then when you see people on an inclined board with their legs straight, putting a weight, coming on up, they're creating so much pressure there. Also, leg raises, double leg raises like this puts a lot of stress on your lower back. Those are things I definitely avoid. And I would recommend, instead of doing that, do these activities. First of all, let's start with a warm-up. This is called the cat-cow or the cat-camel, depending on who you talk to. It's about warming up, flexing and the pelvis and your spine in general to loosen up the vertebrae. So we start in this position, bring your head, flex your neck, head down as much as you can, and bring your pelvis up. You're causing extension at the lumbopelvic region. Just start in that position and think of moving one vertebrae at a time, starting in your lumbar spine, and bring it gently into flexion. And then at the same time, bring your neck up into extension. And repeat that motion. And do it slowly. And also take a good deep breath in and out. Dr. Stuart McGill, who's an expert in lumbopelvic mechanics, has shown that doing this 7 times, that's all you have to do 7 times, is enough to really loosen up the spine and get less tension in your lower back. So it's a good way to start. The next thing that's also helpful, you lie on your back, knees bent, and you're going to extend the lumbar spine here to reduce pressure on your back. So you flex, bring your abdominal up, abdomen down, and you contract your muscles here and hold it. in isometric contraction. Up, down. Again, do this 8 to 10 times, slowly. It's another good warm-up to loosen up the muscles and the joints in your lumbar spine. The next thing is also easy to do and a good one is the glute bridge. Bring your pelvis up as high as you can. Contract your abdomens, contract your glutes. Hold that position. And also you can bring one leg up and down. If you do 10 of these, it's a good way to start. The other one, it's called your dead bug. So a 90 degree here, 90 degrees in that area, both arms up. Now you're doing opposite. Left leg goes down, right arm goes back. And up, and the opposite. This is a good one as well because it's working both sides of your brain, the hemispheres, for better integration of the brain. Again, repeat this 10 times. It's a good way to work the abs. And most people at any age can do that. The other one we're going to talk about now is the bird dog. Again, it's opposite. Left leg goes back, right arm goes up. So as you do that, go up and punch and hold. Punch and hold. Do that for 10 times. It's a good one. Now, we're going to get into a little more resistance on your abdominal muscles. The plank. Sit on your elbows, feet apart, so better support, and you just hold that. Contract your abdominals and your glutes and really hold that position like a plank. And you hold that until you can't. Even if you do that for 5 seconds, depending where you're at, start where you can handle it and improve over time. Sometimes you can also add a variety to that, bringing your arms out one at a time, add some activity. You can also do what's called your mountain climber. You can do your legs straight like that, or bringing your left knee to your right hand. These are called cross mountain climber. And you can do that different speeds. And then I come to my favorite, the ab wheel. I've been doing exercise for many years, and this is the best one for me that I find for working my abs. And I do this once a week. I go to the point of failure, and it's just a matter of going as far as you can and coming back up. So I do it from the side here. You will see, go as far as you can and come back up. Now, many of you have a difficult time going all the way up. So just go to the point where you can do it and come back up. And your goal is to eventually go a little bit more at a time. After you train for this, you'll get to the point where you will be able to go all the way up. And I just repeat that to the point of failure, which brings me to some important concepts to take into consideration when you're doing strength training exercises. One is called tension over time. The slower you do this, the more time you put your muscle in tension, the better results, the better hypertrophy you're going to get in your muscle. Because the whole idea with strength training is you're causing what's called micro tears. You're actually tearing microscopically the muscle tissue. So you're sending a signal to your brain to repair that. And as the muscle repairs, you're getting hypertrophy. Your muscle mass increases because your brain is saying, okay, I got to create more muscle because you're putting a lot more tension, pressure in there. I got to improve how your muscles function. That's the whole idea with strength training. No matter if it's abs or biceps, triceps, wherever, quads, hamstrings, it's that concept of going to the point of failure or almost to failure, by doing repetitions and giving it time to repair and regenerate. That's another big mistake I found with people. Sometimes people get overzealous and they think, if I'm going to do this exercise, let's do it every day. Then you're not allowing repair and recovery and you're potentially causing injury. So as I mentioned, I only do this once a week, the ab wheel, because I give myself 7 days for my tissues to repair. And in the meantime, I work other muscles. I have a program where I do the strength training 2 or 3 times a week. That's it. I spend 20 minutes, work different muscle groups, give it time to repair. And then other times I do certain cardio exercises, which I'll get into in the future. That's basically the program for your abs. And as you saw, there are activities there that people can do no matter what age you're at to improve function. In summary, today we talked about the natural aging process. It starts at 30 and how you can mitigate, slow it down, or even potentially reverse it by applying certain lifestyle choices, exercises, nutrition, mindset, proper attitude, persistence. These are all important factors in mitigating and ensuring that you'll have proper health. You have to be proactive. You have to take action. You have to entertain this whole idea that your body is meant to move. We have this muscular system that's crucial. It's important for your whole metabolic health. So with that into consideration, I hope you will apply some of these principles and share this video with others, because lots of people are just not informed, not aware of what to do and what not to do. I hope you'll share, you'll leave some comments, leave some questions for me as well. Anything that you want me to talk about, that would be great. And we'll talk to you next time.